Dari, we hope it's in yours as well. Let's talk to Ray McGovern. He's a former CIA officer. Thanks very much for joining us there in Atlanta. It's good to see you tonight. Now, first off, the killing of the US ambassador to Libya is undoubtedly going to be one of the most sensitive issues during the debate later. Christopher Stevens was, of course, murdered under the watch of the new Libyan regime, which Obama's administration helped put into power. How's he going to spin that one in his favour, Obama?
Well, Obama should be able to say that our ambassadors are going to be killed, our other representatives are going to be murdered, unless we change our policy toward that part of the world. One of your earlier speakers talked about that policy being defined by the need for oil and the need to protect what are perceived to be the interests of Israel. Unless we change those policies, we will never succeed in being able to protect our embassies and our other diplomatic establishments. So this whole the whole contretemps about who was going to increase security in the agencies, in the embassy, that diverts attention to the fact that these people hate us because we caused ruin and chaos in Libya and elsewhere in the world. Unless we address those policies, and including Afghanistan and Pakistan, of course, there's not going to be any easing up of the effects of why these people hate us.
Well, particularly thinking about Afghanistan and Pakistan, how's the debate on that going to unfold? Especially, of course, as Obama's using the killing of Osama bin Laden as one of his main trump cards, one of his main achievements.
I happened to be in Atlanta when Osama bin Laden was murdered. And I was the only one on any of the TV shows that said, you know, I'm ashamed. You go in there and you murder a defenseless old man without any weapons at all. He had no weapons. He had no way to defend himself. The political mileage that Obama is going to get out of killing Osama bin Laden is maybe something worth, but it's certainly not something to be proud of. What he needs to do is explain why he explained our policy in Afghanistan as disrupting, defeating the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda. Well, there are only 50 left in Al-Qaeda. So why are we still there? We're leaving in 2014. Why not 2013? Who wants to be the last U.S. GI to die in a fool's errand in Afghanistan?
I wonder if that's going to be brought up tonight. That's a good question. I wonder if they're going to talk about it.
Well, they'll have to talk about Afghanistan, but if Romney were smart, he'd say, it's a fool's errand, we ought to get out of there, we were wrong, we ought to bring our troops right back. Now, why can't he say that, or why is it not likely that he'd say that? Because no politician in the United States can afford the slightest risk of seeming soft on things that are described as the war on terrorism. It's that simple. So they will sing an identical tune on that, but if I were advising Romney, I would say seize the high ground, admit your defeat, and say that the U.S. needs to pull out of there just as they pulled out of Vietnam, with our tails behind our legs and admitting that we had done the wrong thing.
Ray McGovern, former CIA officer on the line there from Atlanta, thank you for your thoughts tonight.